Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we're diving into a really important topic, how to handle difficult clients as a virtual assistant. So whether you're just starting out or have been doing this for a while, chances are at some point you'll come across a client who's challenging to work with. It's not fun, but the way you handle these situations can make or break your business. So let's talk about how to navigate these tricky situations with professionalism and grace. So number one is to stay calm and professional. So let's start with something simple but hard to do. I get it. When a client is upset or being demanding, your instinct might be to get defensive. But trust me, staying calm and professional will always work in your favor. Reacting emotionally or snapping back will only escalate things. I remember this one time I received an email from a client that was all caps, okay, full of frustrations. My first reaction, I wanted to fire off a defensive reply, but instead I took a step back, breathed, and responded with a calm, collected email. Turns out the client was just having a stressful day. They actually apologized later. Sometimes being the calm one helps diffuse the situation entirely. And number two is to set clear boundaries and expectations from the start. So here's the thing. Many problems with difficult clients can be avoided if you set clear boundaries and expectations at the onset or right from the start. A lot of frustration that comes up in a VA-client relationships is due to unclear roles or boundaries. So when you first start working with a client, make sure you're both on the same page. Spell out exactly what your services include, your working hours, and even how you prefer to communicate, and put it in writing. I had a client once who would text me at all hours of the night. It was driving me crazy until I realized I'd never told them when I was available. Once I set that boundary, the late night text stopped, so trust me, this step is crucial. Number three is learn to say no politely. You know that feeling when a client keeps asking just one more thing? It can be tough to say no, especially if you're trying to keep them happy. But saying yes to everything isn't sustainable, and you'll end up burning out. It's totally okay to say no as long as you do it politely with a solution in mind. For example, if client wants you to work over weekend or take on extra tasks without extra pay, you can say something like, "I'd love to help with that, but this falls outside of our agreed scope. We can either add it to the project for an additional fee or I can prioritize it next week." It's about being firm and respectful. There was a time when I kept saying yes to a client's extra request, and before I knew it, my workload had doubled without any additional compensation. Once I started pushing back, again politely, they respected my time more. And weirdly enough, it's improved our working relationship. Number four is to actively listen and empathize. Sometimes clients are difficult because they feel like they're not being heard. So before getting defensive, take the